All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about sports forecasting, which is this wild world where you've got mountains of data on one side and just pure unpredictable chaos on the other. We're going to see how AI tries to find a signal in all that noise. So yeah, let's get into it.
And this quote, it just nails the central theme here. It's the big fight we're exploring today. You've got these super smart AI models doing their thing, and then you have the game itself, which can be completely untamable. It's a constant battle.
So, first things first, let's get on the same page with this word variance. What is it? Honestly, think of it as the ghost in the machine. It's that lucky bounce off the post, a star player twisting an ankle, a sudden gust of wind. It's all the stuff the data can't see coming. And that's what makes this so incredibly hard, but also so fun. Okay, let's start with the easiest scenario. What happens when every single algorithm, every piece of data, is screaming the exact same thing? This is what we call a case of high conviction. So for our first matchup, picture this. We're in Texas, and it's a brutal heat wave. You've got this sticky high humidity and wind gusting over 20 miles per hour. Now, these aren't just little details. For an AI, these are huge variables it has to factor in for this Austin FC versus Los Angeles FC game.
And look at this. It's a clean sweep from the old school statistical models to the machine learning heavyweights like XGBoost and even a deep neural net. Every single one is pointing to an LAFC win. This is what we mean by statistical alignment.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? In a game filled with so much noise and uncertainty, when all the different ways of looking at the data come to the same conclusion, well, that's a signal. It's a powerful one, and you have to pay attention.
But, and this is a huge but, even with all the models in agreement, you have to respect variance. We ran 10,000 simulations of this game, and the single most likely score, a 2-1 win for LAFC, only happened 11% of the time. That right there is your chaos margin. It's just a reminder that even when you're really confident, you are never, ever certain. All right, let's level up. Now things get really interesting. This is what happens when the data isn't just making a prediction. It's actually picking a fight with what everybody else thinks, with what the betting markets are saying.
So we go from that Texas furnace to a nice, calm evening in Carson for LA Galaxy versus FC Dallas. The weather? Totally stable. The prediction? Anything but. This is where the models are about to go against the grain.
And you can see the split right here. On one side, you have the market, basically saying this is a 50-50 toss-up, probably because, it's the LA Galaxy, they have that home field glamour. But on the other side, the AI models see something totally different. They see a clear, data-backed advantage for the visiting team, FC Dallas. And that gap? That's a potential value opportunity.
So why? Why the disagreement? Well, the AI found something specific. It noticed that over their last 5 games, Dallas has been scoring way more than their expected goals. Put simply, they're just deadly efficient. They're taking their chances and burying them. They've somehow managed to turn that random chaos, variance, into real consistent momentum. And that's a trend the market just wasn't seeing. Okay, on to our final and, our most complicated case. This is what we call the soft edge zone. It's what happens when the AI models themselves start arguing with each other. We are truly on the edge of chaos now. The scene is Orlando. The air is thick. We're talking 81% humidity, just soupy. And that's before you even factor in key injuries to guys like Tuscada for Orlando and Veselinovic for Vancouver. The entire situation is just screaming unpredictability. And this right here is what that chaos looks like in the data. It is a split verdict. Most of the models are kind of leaning towards the home team, Orlando, but then you see it, that neural net. It's the one dissenter in the room, the lone wolf calling for an upset by the away team. When the models can't agree, you know you are in for a wild ride. This chart says it all, really. Look at this. The top 3 most likely outcomes, together they don't even add up to 28%. The single most likely result, a 2-1 win for Orlando, is barely over 10%. The possibilities are just so spread out. This is a true chaos zone where, honestly, almost anything could happen. So, we've walked through 3 totally different situations. What's the big takeaway here? Well, it all boils down to a single philosophy. You have to manage uncertainty. You're never going to eliminate it.
So we've really seen these 3 tiers of confidence play out. First, you had the LAFC game. That was statistical alignment, a really clear signal. Then, the FC Dallas match. That was a market edge, a hidden value opportunity. And finally, the Orlando game, a split verdict. And that's the zone where you have to be the most disciplined.
So, to wrap it all up, we saw a high-confidence pick,
a strong lean where the data found an edge, and a volatile zone that you have to treat with caution. It all leads to what we'll call the golden rule. When the models disagree, you stake light. You have to always remember that variance is like a fourth team out there on the pitch, ready to change everything in a second.
And we'll just end on this thought. In sports, the upsets, the lucky breaks, they're loud. They're what everyone talks about. But usually, before all that noise, there's a quiet little signal in the numbers, a whisper from the math. The real trick is just learning how to listen.